What's up, guys? I'm Daemonxel, and today is the launch day of Lord of the Rings Heroes of Middle-earth, the Hero Collector game. Now, I know it just launched today, and you probably saw a bunch of other videos. I'm going to give you my take, my hands-on of doing this. Now, as you can see, I'm only level 21 in the soft launch. I'm going to be killing this account, starting fresh with everyone like you guys to take advantage of some of those early offers. Now, let's get into what exactly this game is like. Now, if you've played any other Hero Collector game, I'm going to say Marvel Strike Force, which has been around for 5 years. Another Capital Games game would be Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. That's been around for, I believe, 7 years. This game right now, you're starting off on the ground floor with everybody else having equal footing with everybody else relatively if they started with the soft launch or like you today on the global. Now, with those other games, you have to catch up to them. You have to know the meta. You have to go wide with your roster of heroes. In this game, it's going to be very tight because the game is just starting. The raids aren't even in this game right now. You have to be level 30 to even attempt those. Now, they're not coming until, I believe, the third quarter, which I believe is going to be July, somewhere around there. So we got about 2 months to build up characters. So currently starting off, you want to take the characters that you start off with, invest in, only to progress through the story. There's going to be 2 sections to start off with. The first, you're going to start off with the light campaign. That's going to be for light characters only. Once you unlock a certain portion of that, you're going to start being able to get some shadow characters to start off the shadow campaign. Obviously, your shadow characters can only farm the shadow campaign. Later on, once you join a guild or create your own guild, you can join the guild campaign. And that's going to be nodes that have items, gold, experience points, tokens to use in the supply store, as well as the precious character shards that you are going to be farming for. Now, what is the squads, basically? So, let's jump into the light campaign. Now, you're going to start off, right, with 2 characters off the bat, and that's going to be Strider, and that's going to be Frodo Baggins. You're going to play to about the 3rd node, and then you're going to get Lady Éowyn to give you 3 characters of that team, and then you're going to have to start farming for the additional characters to join. Now, some of these are going to be unlocked via objectives and quests to help you build up quickly, but it's a very quick farm, because they're going to be throwing campaign energy at you left and right, as well as the crystals as well, and gold. So in the beginning, your resources are going to be abundant, and I'm going to give you some tricks and tips to kind of hone in on your resources so you don't just blow through it and then get stuck. So, in this beginning, in the normal sections, because there's going to be 2 sections, there's going to be normal and hard versions of the campaign. In the normal sections, you're going to be farming for items, experience, these tokens right here, which are experience tokens, which are you're going to be used to leveling your characters, and of course, the all-abundant gold that you're going to need to do everything in this game. Now, once you go through this, once you're at 1.9, you will open up the hard mode. And in the hard section, that's going to open up some nodes that you can actually farm characters in. So you're going to want to zero in on characters. Now, I don't want to pigeonhole you into characters from the get-go. I just want you to get a running start on this game with, maybe a leap ahead of those that are just picking up with nothing, no experience, not watching any videos, nothing. So some characters that you are going to want to pinpoint is the Rohan characters. The Road to Rivendell characters, which, of course, are iconic from the movie. That would be Strider, otherwise known as Aragorn. He's not Aragorn in this game, because in this game, it's taken the information directly from the books, and the actual art direction of the game itself is based on those watercolor drawings from Tolkien himself when the books released. But you're going to farm these. Now, the nice thing about the normal side of the campaign, you can farm those nodes indefinitely as long as you have the campaign energy. But once you get over here to the hard side, you're only going to be able to farm them a finite amount before you have to refresh them. So right here, I use it, and you have to use this premium currency up here, these gems right here, to refresh nodes. Now, there are a couple things you're going to use these gems for. I'm going to suggest probably not using them. You can use 600 of them to open up a chest from the store. and that'll give you 15 shards of a random character, right? But you actually get a bonus chest every 4 hours, and it's not much. You're going to get 1 shard, but these premium currency is better used to, refresh those nodes, as well as using in the supply store to make targeted purchases for shards of other characters that you need that you're trying to farm for. Like other Hero Collector games, you're going to get energy refreshes 3 times a day. You'll be able to click on that and get that. Your currency up here, let's see, you got here is your guild energy right here for tackling those guild currency nodes. So the guild nodes in the guild section of play. You're gonna have your regular campaign energy. That's gonna do for your shadow and your light side groups. Now the beautiful thing down here is you're gonna have daily objectives, and they're gonna be throwing things at you right in the beginning. You're gonna get energy. You're gonna have shards, and as long as you complete your objectives each day, you're actually going to build up Strider. They're going to give you 5 shards of him every day, as long as you complete this. Plus, with the calendar, the login character, if you log in for 7 days, you're going to get a free shadow character. You're going to get the Great Goblin free without having to farm nodes for him. And you're going to get a bunch of other things. You're going to get 10,000 gold, you're going to get 500 crystals, you're going to get a lot of things. And there's other calendars as well to top you off. So they are going to be throwing things at you, and it's going to be that much easier to build up these teams. Quests, same thing. You're going to be getting shards. You're going to be getting luminous crystals. You're going to be getting a lot of things you're going to need to build up these characters. Now, let's go into the characters themselves and how to gear them. Like any other character, unfortunately, it's not going to be like, not unfortunately, but because I really don't like Raid Shadow Legends, the way they build their characters up. You got to break them down, sacrifice them to build them up. Here, you just have to farm to get these shards, and then farm the gear itself to level them up. Now, you can safely take every character up to gear level 4, and that's going to open up all of their moves, as well as their passive, for you to continue on. You do not want to take every character at current right now past gear level 4, because there's a huge bottleneck in the items, such as gold, because it's an extensive amount of gold from going from this gear to the 5th gear, as well as a bottleneck. Let me see if I can find it here. Right here. These are your luminous crystals. Now, they are also a severe bottleneck in the game. On the light side characters, you have luminous crystals. On the dark side characters, you have shadow crystals. Huge bottleneck between that and the gold. So keep that in mind as you're building your team going forward. Now, obviously, you are going to want to build up other characters. In your adventure section, not only is you're going to unlock this later on. This is to get Sam Ganges. He's kind of like the only way to farm him is through this section of the game, this adventure campaign. Now, in the beta, he was a great tank, and he's going to round out that Road to Rivendell team, and that's going to be the 4 hobbits of Merry, Pippin, Frodo, Sam, as well as Strider. Now, in the beta, they were great. A lot of synergy between them, and he made a fantastic tank. He would give himself buffs called Nimble, which was basically evades. They kind of dumbed him down and nerfed him for this global launch, so it's really not worth investing in them currently at this time. We don't know down the road if you're going to need them for raids. We don't know what we're going to need, but right now I'm going to say focus on anything that you need is for arena, for the white campaign, and for your shadow campaign, as well as your guild campaign. Your guild campaign, you can take characters from both the white and the shadow side, as well as borrowing a ally from your guild to bring your team up to a solid 6. All teams in most modes are only going to be 5. Now, another thing that's kind of like Raid Shadow Legends, that's not like the other two, is the way some of these battles work, where they come in waves of 1, 2, and 3, specific actually wavelength events. Whereas in, say, Marvel Strike Force, yeah, they would be waves, but they would just drop down. It wouldn't, you wouldn't kill everyone and then move to a new instance. That's what happens in this game. Now, each day you're going to have in the adventure, challenges. You can once you 3-star it, you can auto win it just like everything else. Here is where you're going to get your luminous crystals that you're going to need, your shadow crystals. You're going to need your gold for everyday things, and as well as currency and ability items that you're going to need to raise your abilities. Now you're going to use these all in the supply store, which opens up, I believe, at level 18 or 20. And this is where you want to do your targeted purchasing. Character shards are going to be for your gems right here. I would not waste gold on items that can be easily farmed in nodes with campaign energy. In your arena, again, you're going to use your arena tokens, which you're going to gain every day for working up the different sections of arena to buy your characters and farm your characters. You're going to use your challenge tokens, which you get from doing your tokens, to again purchase shards for characters that are not farmable. I'm focusing right now on Halberd for the Rohan team. Again, like I said, I'm going to be wiping this account and starting fresh with all of you today as well. And of course, your guild tokens, which you get from the guild campaign, also for targeted shard farming. And like I said before, it's the beginning of the game. And if you pre-register, that's great because they're going to send you some great things as well. But every day, I'm also finding these in my inbox. They're always giving away things like currency, like energy, gold. There's a ton of different things that you get every day, and it's just they're throwing things at you. So you're going to get a nice running start at this game. Now, I hope I didn't throw too much information at you right in the get-go. But again, this is my first forte into being a content creator for Hero Collector games. And I hope that you stay with me and this channel as we explore more of this game down the line, where we get into more targeted videos such as team composition, what teams are great, the meta, and just basically everything in between. So with that, have a great week, have a great weekend, and enjoy your adventure.